What if I told you a firearm is only as safe as the person who is using it is knowledgeable? Hello, everyone. My name is Matthew Madison. I'm a 5-year military police Navy veteran. I also have a 2-year associate's degree in criminal justice from St. Louis University, so I'm very fluent in the background of this subject matter. I've had a lot to do with it over my lifetime, and I'm here to help you know the basic functions and safety of it. According to the Pew Research Center, 1 in 3 American adults own a firearm. Now, what we want to do is make sure 3 out of 3 American adults actually know the basic functions and safety of a firearm, which is good to know because according to the American Academy of Pediatrics, unintentional firearm injuries are the second leading cause of death in children today here in America. We don't want that. We want that to be zero. We don't want anybody injured during a firearm. We don't ever want to discharge it if we don't need to discharge it. Life or death situation is different. We don't want that to happen either. So what we're going to do is we're actually going to go ahead. We're going to disassemble, reassemble, clean a firearm. We're going to do a safety function check, make sure everything's working properly, and this is going to help you guys know the basic functions and safety of a firearm, which according to Alien Gear holsters can lead to the longevity of the firearm. It's going to make sure it lasts longer, and it's going to actually give you the basic functional knowledge of a firearm, safety, everything like that. It will also provide you with the lubrication points, which you should know if you're going to tear down a firearm and clean it. It's also going to lead to safety. Safety, 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 safety. Always safety. Everything when you touch a firearm, safety. That's the main word you want to know and take from this is safety. So we're going to go ahead and jump right into it here. We got Smith & Wesson M&P Shield 40 here. What we want to do is go ahead and make sure there's no ammunition present. None at all. There's none there. None there. You can see right there up in the chamber. None. It's on safe. Always on safe. Unless we do a function check at the end, it won't be unsafe. We'll go ahead and talk about that later. What we're going to do is do the sear deactivation lever. I'm going to pop that right down, just like so. It's hard to see, but if you can get right up in there, let me see if I can. Right there, that little lever. That's the sear deactivation. Makes it so you don't have to pull a trigger to pull the slide off. Which is great. We don't want to do that if we don't have to. Now what you're going to do is go ahead and do this takedown lever. Pop it 90 degrees, just like so. Now we're going to release the slide right off. Polymer stock. Trigger housing, don't need it, done with it. We got the recoil spring. I'm going to pop that off right there. Last step, barrel. Pull it right out. Now we have a perfectly field strip weapon. We don't need to go any more in depth. We don't need to do that during this demonstration. That's for advanced stuff. You don't need to know any of that right now. We want to make sure there's no carbon buildup on here. Carbon buildup can lead to malfunctions and stoppages in the field if you need to use your weapon, or a life or death situation if you need to use it as well. You want to make sure it's all clean. Firing pin isn't stuck. No carbon there. You want to make sure there's none in here. Where your firing pin is, make sure you can see it. Everything's good to go. We want to go ahead and put some gun lube. Gun lube will keep it running and functioning properly. There's 7 points according to the Smith & Wesson M&P Shield manual. I got directly from the website. I got it with the firearm as well. Slide rails, 4 of them. Trigger lever, 1. And you got 2 on the barrel. You got the barrel notch right around the barrel. Now to reassemble it, same steps, backwards, just like that. Barrel, in, recoil spring. You don't want this to be jacked up. You don't want it left or right. You don't want it side to side. You want it parallel, completely parallel with it. That's what makes the gun re-rack ammo, so when you need to keep shooting at your target or anything like that. Now what you want to do is go ahead and put the slide right back on the stock. That's what the slide rails are for. Put it right on there like this. Pull it right all the way back. Lock it right in place. Now last step, well, second to last step, sorry about that. Go ahead and put the sear deactivation lever back up, and then the takedown lever. Boom, just like this. Now we have it reassembled. We want to do a function check. Slide isn't coming off. Safety pops down, pops up, good to go. Now a complete function check is pulling the trigger. So what we're going to do is point it away from us. We know there's no ammo. You guys just saw that. We want to make sure there's no ammo, make sure it's on safe. Trigger's not pulling. Trigger's pulling. You heard that click? That means it would have fired if there was ammunition present, but there is none. You'll never see any in a demonstration. You don't want to see any during a demonstration. So now we know our firearm's working properly. We're good to go with that. So these 3 steps can actually lead to firearm safety, the disassembly, cleaning, and the reassembly of a firearm. So we want to make sure you know this, the basic function, safety, trigger, everything like that. Now all of you should be able to disassemble, clean, and reassemble firearms just like this, just like I showed you. This can lead to operational safety as well as safety for you and everyone else. Hopefully, this information can lead to a decrease in unintentional injuries and death among everybody in this country. We don't want any of that stuff anymore. We don't want anybody getting hurt. We want everybody to know the basic functions of a firearm, whether you use it or not. I hope after this demonstration, each one of you can do as I showed you during to disassemble, clean, and reassemble a firearm. Now, by all of you knowing the basic functions of a firearm, we can ensure it is safe around you and others and your loved ones. Make sure nobody's getting hurt, nobody's getting injured. Thank you all for your time. I hope you have a nice day, and I hope you learned everything you need to know about the basic function and safety of a firearm. Have a nice day.